Yes! Great greetings, my gorgeous goddess. I am Abiola, and welcome to Goddess Temple. Yes, we are going to have a beautiful day today, right? Of raising our vibration, raising our alignment, and raising our energy. How do I know that? Because this moment has already happened and we are just calling it into being. Today we are talking about our self-love sermon is all about how to release your attachment to outcome when you are manifesting, when you are creating, when you are calling in the things that already are your own into your life. And if you've ever had challenges with letting it go, then this is the conversation for you. Let's get this party started, right? God is done. I'm so glad you are here. It's really, really interesting. Very interesting, the goddesses that we attract to this conversation. I have to tell you, although of course we haven't met in person for some weird reason. We say weird in quotes because we know that it is not weird. We know that coincidence is, an act of the creator. I thought about you before going live. So greetings, Goddess Dawn. Greetings, Goddess Keisha Martin. Greetings, Goddess Nita Sankofa. We bring it back. Greetings, Goddess Kay. We are in alignment today. It is full moon in Scorpio energy. So this is some powerful letting it go energy, because if you have ever met a Scorpio, I've had some Scorpio friends and frenemies, they will let it go and not think about you again. Grand Rising, Goddess Lee and Goddess Norma and Goddess Shu Oceani is here. Yes. All right. Let's get it started, because today we are talking about letting it all go. Coach Roz is in the house. Now, let me know if you have ever had challenges, shall we say, when it comes to letting something go. Now, I'm talking about letting it go on varying levels, right? We got let it go, like on your basic, like I got a grudge with you, being able to let that go, right? And then we have the spiritual concept of detachment, being able to release the things that we want, surrender the things that we want in order to attract them into our lives. And that reminds me that we need to reverse and actually begin with some gratitude intention, which is the most powerful force on this universe, right? Yes. And we cannot do anything without being first grateful. And so, Creator, thank you so much for bringing us together in this beautiful goddess circle that is stretching around the globe of these incredible women and human beings who love us. Thank you so much for bringing us together in this loving energy to remember how powerful we truly are. I ask you that you guide my words, you guide my energy, you guide my thoughts. And for this, we are so grateful. Amen, Ashe, and so it is. Okay, now we may begin. Now we can begin. So we're talking about letting it go and why letting it go matters. And this is a great conversation for us because it is the full moon, and we as human beings, spiritual beings having this human experience, were born to be in concert with Mother Nature. Now we forget that when we are living in our big cities with our big lives. We forget that, there is a full moon and there is a new moon, and the most powerful way for us to be in alignment, I think that that's part of the reminder that, of us getting menstrual periods, for example, us reminding ourselves, us getting a reminder from the universe that we are in connection. So letting it go energy. Letting it go is very challenging for many of us because we live things, we experience things, we hold on to grudges, we hold on to stuff, right? And we hold on to our wants, our needs, our desires. And yet, the beautiful paradox that we have been given is that if you are really, really wanting something in your life, right? If there is a very specific, job, partner, situation, whatever it is that you are wanting to manifest in your life, the most powerful thing that you can do outside of ask and believe and bring your emotions and act as if, all of that juicy creative energy, thank you for the hearts, is to have detachment from it, to release it, to let it go. Now that sounds counterintuitive. Like, why, if I am wanting this job, this man, this situation, this house, this car, would you tell me to let it go? Now, I'm not telling you to start from a point of detachment. I'm telling you to start from a point of intention, right? Which is, some people you can call intention prayer, right? Start from a place of clarity about your vision. But then we want to take a step back. The reason we want to take a step back is that you and I, as powerful as we are, we have to realize, thank you for the hearts, that it is a co-creative dance that we are doing with spirit and with the universe. And so with my puny human mind, I may only be able to see, okay, this, townhouse, right? But spirit may intend a mansion for you. With your puny human mind, you may only be able to see that individual in front of you, right? I gotta get with him. I gotta get with that person. Otherwise, I'm gonna be miserable. When spirit has lined up for you something that is so glorious, so powerful that you cannot even imagine it. And so when you are intending to invite something into your life, we have to leave power for the grace, leave room for the grace of the divine. And we do that with detachment. Now, here we come, right? With all of our luggage, all of our grudges, all of our issues, all of our stuff that is made manifest in this world with physical clutter. Physical clutter is just the representation of lives that we thought that we would have or should have. It is just a way of us keeping at bay, because if you've got clutter, right? If you've got physical clutter or beef with other people, emotional clutter, you've got to spend all of your time managing that rather than focusing on what you want. I'm going to say that again. If you have clutter in your life, whether it is physical clutter, stuff, papers, right? Books, clothes, things that need to be managed, things that need to be organized, things that need to be cleaned up, that is no different than you having the clutter of beef with, 5 people that you got a grudge with him and a grudge with him and a grudge with him. And I remember what you said to me in 2008, and I'm still upset, right? All of that still has to be managed. And that is also no different than the digital clutter, all of the emails and all of this stuff, and all of that clutter, all of that stuff that has to be managed is keeping you away from having a pure intention on what you want, which is really just the feeling of what the things that we want to have, we believe will give us. All right, now, stay with me now. I know that we're talking some complicated metaphysical stuff up in here. As a matter of fact, hit that share button. Hit the share button so that, when you are wanting to have a conversation elevated in your life, you have some people on your timeline being elevated as well. Hit the share button. Go ahead. I'll wait. Hit that share button and let them know. Right? Goddess K says, wow, you are speaking, side-eyeing my closet. Yes. Goddess Renee says, ouch, I am a grudge holder. Yes. And I'm not speaking to you about this from on high. I am speaking to you because I have been through all of this with you. Right? And so I had this conversation just in the past week with my brother, and I was talking to Coach Roz. We were on a coaching call and I was talking to her about this, right? And thank you for the hearts. And, I was talking to my brother about some stuff, some family stuff. If you have people you love, there's going to be stuff. And my brother was like, sometimes you have to just let it go. And I'm like, don't tell me to let it go. He's like, well, just like you get on the internet basically and tell the people that they have to let it go, you need to let it go. And I'm thinking, how dare you tell me what I say back to me, what I should be doing, that I need to let it go. Because that's different. They need to let it go and you need to let it go. But I don't need to let it go because I need justice. I need restitution. Right? And that's how we feel. We feel more invested in our own righteousness, right? It's like, no, they need to let it go. Everybody else needs to let it go. But this one thing, I cannot let it go. And it was really, really funny, Spirit will speak to us in strange and interesting places, because then later, after the conversation, I was watching Beverly Hills Housewives. I turned it on, and the first thing that somebody said was about letting it go. The first thing someone said was letting it go, which is the vibrational energy of power, right? Because when we are truly in a place of power, we're in a place of surrender. We're in a place of knowing that this is happening for me, not to me. We're in a place of knowing, thank you in advance. I may not see, all of how this is going, but I trust, I surrender. I know that it is happening for me in exactly the way, even better than I can imagine with my small human thinking, right? And so then, unwillingly at first, I will tell you, I did let it go. Right. And of course, it then felt, as time went on, freeing, because sometimes when there's a situation, right, and we say, well, let it go, let spirit work it out, right? Or, well, they're gonna, don't worry about it, let God handle it. God's gonna, and you're like, I want to see God handle it. I want to see it. I want to witness it, right? But a big part of trust, a big part of your serenity, ask yourself, do I want peace or do I want to be right? Do I want to be happy or do I want to be right? Do I want to be in alignment or do I want to be right? Do I want to allow my own blessings or do I want to be right? And the answer was, because you will get the answer to whatever questions you're asking. If you're asking questions of how could they do this to me? Why would they say this? Why do things like this happen to me? The answers will come back. But if you ask different questions, right? Do I want to be angry and upset and be correct? Or do I want peace? And do I want to feel good? And do I not want to have this pain in my belly and this, mess on my desk or in my life or on my body, however the clutter is showing up? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it is very controversial to say. But if there is unhealthy body weight that is on your body, that is also clutter. That is also a way that you are creating a barrier between you and the real you, between you, small y, and you, the capital U, you that is connected to the God force, you who are the most powerful force in this universe. And so letting it go, whether it's letting go of grudges, right? Letting go of, situations, letting go of physical clutter, letting go of leaving your phone on when you're broadcasting on Facebook. Being able to let go, intend, ask for the things that we want, and you can be very specific in your asking, right? You can be like, okay, this is what I want. And then remember, this or something greater for the good of all involved, right? This or something greater. Leave room for the miracles to come in. Leave room for the things that you cannot see. Leave room for that person that is going to say, oh, here, here's some extra money. Here's some extra opportunities. And recognize that sometimes these things that will appear in our lives as stumbling blocks are just gifts wrapped in strange wrapping paper. It may not look like a gift at a time, right? But maybe it's there to show you, to turn on the light of who a particular person is. So it's like, oh, thank you for that light. Now I see this, right? Or maybe it is a situation where, you know, man's rejection is always God's protection, right? Or maybe it is a situation that is forcing you to evolve past where you are wanting to evolve, forcing you to evolve and grow into what you are wanting to be. We are about a month out from, 6 weeks away from when we're going to be on the Goddess Pray Love Belize retreat, right? And we have had 3 spaces open up. 2 people have had personal emergencies. 1 person is totally terrified. We've had 3 spaces open up. So if you're wanting to join us to work on this in person, go to goddesspraylove.com, goddesspraylove.com. If you want to talk to me about it, get in my calendar at meetwithabiola.com, and let's see if it is in alignment for you. Because the beauty of coming together in community, like we're doing here, Goddess Melissa, Goddess Keisha, Goddess Shu, Goddess Dawn, the beauty of coming together in community is being able to see each other's, the things that we are wanting to call in and manifest together, which is really, really powerful. Really, really powerful. And really it's supposed to be the intention of, you know, our spiritual gatherings, our sacred gatherings, coming together and being able to hold each other in a space of reverence and hold space for each other to be able to let go of the things that are not working and to be able to say, hey, my sister, if you can't get it all the way there right now, it's okay, because I got you. You can fall and I will hold you. I will support you. I am here. I see you. I witness you. I feel you. And help us to be able to release some of that ancestral stuff, because I guarantee you, whether you have clutter on your body, clutter in your closet, on your life, clutter in your, you know, wherever you are having it in your relationships, right? Beefs and grudges. A good 80% of it, although you must take responsibility for it, but a good 80% of it is the stuff you inherited, is the issues you inherited. And so you may think that you are beefing with somebody about something and you're talking to your employee or your boss about some issue, but you are really beefing with somebody that your grandmother beefed with 100 years ago in her lifetime in a different human form. How about that? Right? You are really in a fight that you didn't start. And so you are now going out and living out that energy and living out that beef and living out that stuff because you feel that is your obligation. And so then we feel very connected. Many of us have victim consciousness. We see the world through victim colored glasses because that is what we have inherited. And the reason we want to let go of that is because that is blocking our blessings, right? It's blocking our stuff. And so, you know, the other day, this beautiful sister hit me up. You know, she's Swedish, and she hit me up on Instagram. I think it was on Instagram or Twitter. And she said, you know, Abiola, you know, thank you so much. She told me I'm her first Black friend. hey, sis. And she was like, you know, I've been watching your videos from Sweden. And she said, and by the way, there's a lot of Black people in Sweden. You could go meet, sis. I'm just saying, side note. And she was saying that she felt like, she was like, I feel like I have you know, thrown my life off course, and I have made bad choices and blocked all that spirit has for me. And she was like, have I ruined my life? Is it too late for me because I have made these terrible choices? And she was saying she made terrible choices in everything from, you know, her marriage to her career to, you know, her relationships with her family. And she was like, I feel so off course and I feel like I have ruined God's plan for me. And I wrote her back and I said, sis, you're powerful, but you're not that powerful. You are not powerful enough to ruin all of the blessings that are intended for you. And so I say the same for you, that if you have made choices where you got a little bit off course, right? You got a little bit off course and you went the wrong way. You went down the wrong path. You followed something, or you tried something and you felt like, oh my God, like sometimes we try something for 3 months and we're like, oh my goodness, that was too stressful. I can't do it. I can't do no more, right? You tried something and you feel like, okay, I am off course. I have ruined, I'm out of alignment. I have ruined, the path that was intended for me. You, in all of your power, are not powerful enough to block yourself from being a blessed, amazing, beautiful, manifesting, attracting creature. You are not powerful enough to ruin your destiny. Like, how beautiful is that? You are not powerful enough to ruin your own wonderful things that are intended for you. And so the beauty of this wonderful, wonderful gift of life that we have been given is that all you have to do is make a different choice. And so it's exactly like our GPS in the car that says, okay, when you turn down a different road, the GPS does not say, oh my God, why did you go down that road? How could you do that? The GPS just says, okay, turn left. Turn left at the stoplight or whatever. Turn left when you get to Main Street. And so that is what I say to this sister. That is what I say to you if you feel like, oh my goodness, I've gotten off course. Turn left when you get to Main Street and let go of the things that are holding you back. Let go of the addiction to struggle. Let go of the attachment to victimhood. All of that is clutter too. Let go of the grudges and the relationships and all of that stuff that is not working. And if it is, there are relationships that we have to be in because of family attachments and purposes like that. Let go of the parts of it that don't work. Come from a place of non-attachment where you're not attached to the outcome. What you are attached to is being in peace and being happy and being joyful and having grace and being a beautiful human being who is manifesting, creating on this planet. That is all we need to be attached to. Don't be attached to the job, the man, or what you think that your company or your business should look like. Allow room for something greater to come. This or something greater for the good of all involved. How powerful is that? How powerful is that? Goddess K says, letting go of my addiction to struggle. Yes. Yes. Goddess Norma says, it is never too late. You can always turn back toward the right highway. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Yes. Yes. Goddess Mignon says, course correct. Goddess K says, reroute. Goddess Shanita says, I got off my money management and exercise these past 2 weeks. Thank you for this message right now. You are absolutely welcome. Goddess Melissa says, nothing but love will do. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so the beauty of this, take advantage of this full moon energy that at the time of this recording that we are in. And let me know, what are you letting go of this full moon energy? What are you releasing from your life so that you can make room for the things that are meant for you? What are you releasing? What are you letting go of? Are you letting go of, grudges? Is there a grudge that you need to release? Are you letting go of the need for a specific person to act in a specific way, right? Because 99% of our beefs and issues are like, the underlying thing is, I want you to stop being the way that you are and be more like I would like you to be. That is, if we went through 99% of the fights that we are in or beefs that we are having, thank you for the hearts. The central underlying factor is stop being like you and be more like I would like you to be. Stop it. Stop being like yourself. Right? But a cat is going to meow. A dog is going to bark. expecting them to do anything else. If I went to my kitty Annabelle and said, why don't you bark? Why? We have been having this relationship. I've been feeding you. I've been taking care of you, and yet you will not bark. Why won't you do it? Right? And then I went and I, got with my friends and commiserated and said, why won't she bark? She just won't bark. What is her problem? Why won't she do that? I have these expectations of her to bark, but that's not what she does, right? My love, that's not what she does. And so if you are wanting someone to be other than they are, who they are at their core, and they have shown you who they are, and then now you're caught up in the drama of why they're being who they are, who is the person who needs to take responsibility and make a different choice? You. It's you. And that is a powerful place to come from. That is a powerful place to come from. So what are you letting go? Let me see. What are we letting go of? Yes, we need to let it go. Release it. Goddess Shanita, yes. Goddess Shanita says, I let go of my guilt of being prosperous and abundant. That is huge. That is worthy of a whole Sunday self-love sermon by itself. She says, I let go of my guilt of being prosperous and abundant, because oftentimes we have our attachment to the tribe means that if the tribe is miserable or the tribe is broke or the tribe is downtrodden, we feel that that is our duty to also be miserable, to also be complaining, to also be downtrodden, to also be angry or lonely, or the ways that that shows up. And you are not obligated to be miserable to fit in with any group of people. Not your friend group, not your family group, not your cultural group, none of it. And so that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful releasing. And so your mission, should you accept it, should you choose to accept it for this beautiful week, my love, is to think about releasing. Let go. What do you want to release? What do you want to let go of? Who do you want to let go of? What attachment to outcome do you want to let go of? Where are you not seeing opportunity and maybe making choices out of fear rather than choices out of love? We get terrified when we are wanting to, go in a different direction or do something really, really scary. Like, for example, we talk about this in my Spiritpreneur Guru Academy. And we also talk about this with the Goddess Pray Love Belize, the international retreats, because you make this choice for yourself. You say, okay, I'm going to do the Spiritpreneur Academy, or okay, I'm going to do the Goddess Pray Love retreat. And I guarantee you, the moment that you make that decision, things will start to come to surface that need your attention. Other things, all of this other stuff. Well, no, this has to happen, and this has to happen, and this has to happen. And what your job is, what your duty is to yourself, to your magic, to your vision, is to stay the course. To stay the course. Stay in a place of power. Know that you are worthy and deserving of all good things. You are worthy. Affirm it. I am worthy and deserving of all good things. I am worthy and deserving of all good things. Yes, absolutely. Goddess Shu says, I let go of the temporary band-aids called lies that I've told myself. Yes, my love, do not believe everything you think. And we will definitely be working on that, Goddess Shu, when we are in Belize together in 6 weeks. Goddess Shanita says there's a good clip of Trevor Noah being interviewed by Oprah, and he discusses that. I have to see that conversation. I've not seen that yet. I will watch that and share it in our Facebook Goddess group at imanifestmagic.com. Feel free to join us there. I am worthy and deserving. The goddesses are affirming it. I am worthy and deserving of all good things. All right, my loves. So Enjoy this beautiful full moon energy. Release your attachment to outcome, your attachment to all of the things that you are intending. Every Wednesday, we're going to have Manifesting Wednesday in our Spiritpreneur Facebook group, where all of the things on our beautiful vision boards, we are going to be pinning on our beautiful Pinterest, joint Pinterest vision board. So look for information about that in our group. And until then, be seen, be heard, be an amazing movement. And I will send out information about the 3 spaces that have opened up for the Goddess Pray Love Retreat. I will send out info on that tomorrow. Namaste, my goddesses. You are worthy and deserving of all good things. Thank you, Goddess Shu. Thank you, Goddess Dawn. Thank you, Goddess Norma. Namaste, beauties.